Says there, stop streaming, so I think I'm live. Hello and welcome back to Street Switch Photography. We have got an update. Do you remember over in the Vale of Belvoir, a man that was caught at a religious school poisoned children by giving them sweets? Well, yeah, we've got an update. Roll the intro. So welcome back to Street Switch Photography. This is hot off the press. This is literally hot off the press. This has literally just happened. The man has got life imprisonment. Man pleaded guilty to poisoning and abusing children at the Vale of Belvoir summer camp after giving them sweets laced with sedatives. Now, this was an older man. Apparently, he was found in the pub not so long after this had actually happened. The actual outcome and everything else, the people been waiting patiently, actually at the courts and everything. And yeah, here's what's happened. A 76-year-old man has pleaded guilty to poisoning children with sedatives laced with sweets, sexually assaulting them as well at a summer camp in Statham. John Reuben of Ruddington in Nottingham was arrested after 8 children and 1 adult fell ill on Statham Lodge, July this year. So we'll continue reading here. Reuben appeared in the dock in Leicestershire County Court today, Friday, and pleaded guilty to the 17 charges. However, he denied one of the sexual offences he was charged with, which was against a 9-year-old boy. So this guy is at a bit of a Nonsington as well. Again, I don't even believe the Milton Times have got hold of this yet. The court heard the victims were underprivileged children who were staying at a summer camp in Statham Lodge in the Vale of Belvoir. Now, this is what I was talking about earlier about kids. You know, you need to know that your kids are safe and stuff like this. And when we've got nonsense like this on the streets, what's going to happen? Yeah, not good. So Mary Pye KC prosecuting said Mr. Reuben played a sweet game with the children in which he would go into the boys' rooms and they were getting ready for bed and ask them to eat sweets as quickly as they can. He told the court Reuben had played this game with the boys for many years. So he's been poisoning these kids with sedatives for absolutely years by the sounds of it. He'd previously fallen ill the following morning. So kids had been falling ill and nobody said anything or anything else. So she said Reuben had been able to explain this for many years and the children being overwhelmed by justice. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. A man of his age, and he's also been done for abusing children. A 76-year-old man in a position of power at a children's home. Now, will this trigger any other investigations into other children's homes in and around Melton? I did do a video about this a few weeks ago, about strange things happening, strange things goings on and things like that. I mean, let's continue to read. This year his stepson had concerns about what was going on for no good reason. They decided to have a look in the definitive. You can read this as you go because I'm dyslexic, so I'm not going to read it out loud because I'll make an idiot of myself. Included baby oil. Right, let's not read this out loud. You can read this part here. I'll highlight it. You only need to read this part here, baby oil and Vaseline. He was a former vet and primary school teacher pleaded guilty to sexual assault on a child under the age of 13, assaulted by, you can read that yourself there, penetration of a 13-year-old child. It was temazepam, was the drug. Acquiring temazepam, the laws. It's a Class C drug. Diazepam and temazepam. Leicestershire Police received a report of a third child about children feeling unwell at the camp on Sunday, the 27th of July, but didn't attend. This was because the police didn't attend, so they put themselves under investigation. The police watchdog, an independent office of the Police Conduct IOPC, is investigating Leicestershire Police holding the incidents. Now, will Rupert Matthews be answering to this as well, if this is Leicestershire Police, considering he's the Police and Crime Commissioner and recently lost his job? Or is he more concerned about losing his job? This is sickening and shocking and disgusting, and I don't know what else to say. Yeah, you can imagine now what will be going through these child's parents' heads and how they're actually going to deal with this. Because the police didn't take any action the first time round, this could have been prevented. Just when you think, oh, my family are safe, I'm all right sending this person to this particular place of safety. And then you get this, a story like this, very close to home. And we go on about the protection of your children and the protection of your family and everything else. And then this sick arsehole. Now, I didn't realise that this is the first time I have read this myself. And I didn't realise. My thoughts are with the parents of these children and with the children as well. Yeah, quite disturbing to say the least. He's got life imprisonment. So he will be getting a warm bed, 3 square meals a day, while the children have to live for the rest of their lives, mentally tortured by what this arsehole has done to them. I look at this type of thing as worse than murder. It's torturing a child. I'm sorry if I go a little silent about this, because sometimes it can be hard hitting without you realising exactly what it is that you're reading. And when I read that, I sort of just thought, whoa, hang on a minute. I thought, when I originally got the story back in July, I thought that it just basically laced some sweets with something to try and get the kids off to sleep at night, because you know what kids are like, they'll muck and mess around and everything else. And then you read about baby oil and Vaseline. And these parents would have thought they were sending their children to a safe haven. This is big news for a start. And I hope there's some type of safeguarding in place in future. And I think that there should be more investigations ran into some of these children's homes in and around Leicestershire. All of them, not just 1 or 2, all of them. There are clearly people, predators, that are taking advantage. Was this man checked? Was he even checked? Does it matter if he was checked? Of course it does. Would he he was a vet. What? I'm struggling to get my head around this. I really am struggling to get my head around this. Yeah, quite disgusting. Anyway, I'm not going to be answering questions on this one, I don't think. I'm going to leave it there. This has been Street Switch Photography with an update to the case that was over at Stathen of the children that were poisoned. And by the looks of it now, one of them at least has been abused quite severely with words along the line of penetration and things like that, as you can see here. 13 assaulted there. This, I'm highlighting them because I don't like saying it. Class C drugs. Temazepam, diazepam. I don't know what that stuff is there. I'd have to Google it to find out. And the Leicestershire Police, not investigating this the first time round, and they put themselves under investigation. They failed these children. They failed these parents. They failed in a massive, massive way and should be held to account for this. There needs to be more investigations into this because there could have been something the police have missed. And to be honest, there could be anything, a number of things like cover-ups and things like that. You don't know. You just do not know. They can't turn around and say this does not happen because it clearly does. Anyway, the reason, like I said, I highlighted these parts of Mr. Reuben using, I'll say it once, but I'm not going to say it again after this, baby oil, Vaseline, penetration, temazepam, diazepam. No, it's not. It's not. Right, I'm going to have to go, people. Please give this video a thumbs up if you want my next live to pop up on your screen. This has been Street Switch Photography. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. Roll the outro. Bye for now. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I feel sick.